Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says the man missing from Rock Island is believed to be in the Columbia River. The White Trail Road roundabout just outside of Quincy is open for traffic as of yesterday. Most of the thunderstorm activity will end tomorrow, and then we're gonna get hot. I'll tell you how hot coming up in weather. A 3-alarm brush fire above Squilchuck Road has led to public safety warnings and a major response from fire agencies. The fire on the slope above the 2100 block of Methouse Street on the south end of Wenatchee was reported about 1:15 p.m. and then went to 2 alarms by 1:30 and finally 3 alarms just before 3 p.m. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office began giving out level 2 evacuation warnings, meaning be prepared to leave your premises in the area around Methouse Street and Saddlehorn Avenue, as well as Pitcher Canyon Road. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department and other neighboring fire agencies responded with ground crews and water drops via helicopter. There was no immediate word on the cause of the fire. In August of 2021, the same area was threatened by the Rooster Comb fire, which forced evacuations of 300 homes and burned about 90 acres. Check out NCWLIFE.com and our Facebook page for further updates as the situation changes. A Cashmere man faces a possible charge of vehicular assault for a rollover crash that broke a passenger's neck and shoulder blade. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies say on Sunday, 23-year-old Shane McCormick rolled his Kia in the 4000 block of Mission Creek Road, injuring another 23-year-old man who was riding with him. A breathalyzer test allegedly showed McCormick had a blood alcohol level of about 0.2. That's more than 2.5 times the legal limit for intoxication. A judge ordered McCormick released from the Chelan County Jail Monday on his own recognizance. Prosecutors have not yet filed formal charges. A state audit finds the task force that investigates police-involved shootings in and around the Columbia Basin failed to comply with state rules when probing 2 such cases, including one fatal shooting by a Moses Lake officer. According to that audit, the Central Basin investigation team violated 9 procedural requirements while examining the fatal shooting of Jose Rivera, a 22-year-old man killed by Moses Lake officer Nick Stewart in February of 2020. Stewart was cleared of wrongdoing, but along the way, the CBIT failed to properly restrict access to its investigative files, included only 1 rather than the required 2 community members on its investigative committee, and did not notify Rivera's family of significant developments in the case. The investigative team, which is currently assessing police-involved shootings in Chelan County and elsewhere, says all of the deficiencies have either already been fixed or soon will be. A Woodinville couple has prevailed against a Chelan County decision that denied their permit to build an addition at their second home in the Leavenworth area. Scott and Kathleen Brusky appealed the county ruling that turned down a proposed 2-story building with 3 independent living spaces to be built adjacent to their existing house. The hearing examiner said the addition would qualify as 3 accessory dwelling units under county code and exceeded the 1,200 square foot maximum size for an ADU. The Bruskis took their case to the State Court of Appeals, which ruled today that the county misinterpreted state codes in its denial. The application now must be given a new hearing. The man missing from Rock Island is believed to be in the Columbia River. That's the latest from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. Searchers have located personal items associated with Jesse Cardenas, who's been missing since last Tuesday. Authorities say he left his home on Hammond Lane at about 8 a.m. that morning on a gray Giant brand bicycle. On Saturday, a search party was formed to search for Cardenas, and Rock Island residents were asked to review any camera footage they may have from from 10 p.m. on June 19th. The sheriff's office is asking for anyone in the area and boaters in the water to keep an eye out and report anything that they feel may be associated with Cadenas. When we come back, a new snack with local ties will be sold in partnership with some big names. The White Trail Road roundabout just outside of Quincy is now open for traffic. Chelan County PUD staff presented draft terms of a potential purchase and sale agreement for a portion of the 5th Street campus. And the Western action film Tombstone opened in theaters 30 years ago, and a Wenatchee artist got to play a part in the commemoration. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Castle Rock International is the Northwest premier real estate agency for large acreage properties, farms and ranch land, lodging and resorts, and other distinctive commercial real estate. Professional, knowledgeable, and discreet, Castle Rock International has the listings and the buyers you have been looking for. Contact John McNamara at Castle Rock International today, or visit their website for more information on this award-winning company.
I chose a career at Confluence South because I wanted to help people, and I knew there would be opportunities for growth. I started as a medical assistant, but quickly advanced in my career. I received 5 promotions in only 7 years, 3 of those in management roles. Most organizations don't offer that type of growth. Now, as a career pathway coordinator, I let everyone know. Come join Confluence South. Come grow with us.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese blintz, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
A new snack with local ties will be sold in partnership with some big names. Crunch Pack, Cheez-It, and Minecraft are partnering for an on-the-go snack. The new snacker will contain sliced apples, cheese, and Cheez-It crackers with Minecraft characters on the packaging. The snacker is meant for gaming and non-gaming audiences of all ages that Crunch Pack hopes to reach. The new snackers will be available in mid-July at Walmart for back-to-school promotions. Chelan County PUD staff presented draft terms of a potential purchase and sale agreement for a portion of the 5th Street campus for commissioner consideration yesterday. The Wenatchee Valley YMCA plans to redevelop part of the PUD's current headquarters into an expanded facility and demolish the existing warehouse, office, and shop in the spring of 2024. Under the proposal, the YMCA would purchase a parcel of about 85,000 square feet, and the PUD would relocate water, stormwater, and electrical infrastructure to enable the entire site for redevelopment and construct an internal roadway and sidewalk through that campus. The 85,000 square foot parcel is estimated at $1.49 million once vacant, and then the PUD will offer just over $1 million credit to the YMCA for demolition and site preparation costs, making the proposed sale price $400,000. The PUD is also in negotiations with Music Theater of Wenatchee, who have interest in the Fish and Wildlife building adjacent to the Riverside Playhouse. The Western action film Tombstone opened in theaters 30 years ago, and a Wenatchee artist got to play a part in the commemoration. Larry Gay is a sculptor who specializes in the heroes and villains of the Old West. Last weekend, in the real-life town of Tombstone, Arizona, he presented a Lifetime Achievement Award to Peter Sherayko. He's the actor who played Black Jack Vermillion in the movie. Over the years, Larry has sculpted a number of portrayals shown in the movie, including Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, and in light of today's fire, if you have to refresh your memory every fire season on evacuation levels and how they work, you're not alone. Isolated thunderstorms in our Wednesday weather forecast, and then unseasonably hot temperatures Thursday right through the 4th of July holiday. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee provides financial services for independent-minded clients working to secure their futures. Whether it's helping construct your personal financial, retirement, or estate plan, they start with a disciplined approach and straightforward advice. An individualized approach is rooted in the values, stability, and strength their company was founded on in 1935. With offices coast to coast and personal attention you deserve right here in the Wenatchee Valley, learn more about D.A. Davidson.
Are you caught in a conflict with a family member, in the workplace, or with a neighbor or business? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on topics like conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us at 509-888-0957 or www.wvdrc.org to learn more.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find out?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
In tonight's feature story, and in light of today's fire, if you have to refresh your memory every fire season on evacuation levels and how they work, you're not alone. Jason Reinfeld heads up the Chelan County Sheriff's Office Department of Emergency Management. In the official podcast for the county, Reinfeld says knowing what each warning level means and figuring out your plan of escape can be crucial in the midst of wildfires or in any natural emergency.
So an easy way to look at it is ready, set, go, and those go along with our level 1, level 2, and level 3 evacuations. We initially, if there's a fire in the area, we'll put out a level 1 notification, and this is just an advisory. And typically what we'll do with the level 1 is push that out via radio, social media, and possibly alert sense notifications to anyone nearby. If the fire is posing more of a threat and we see some potential hazard to residences, we'll bump that to a level 2. And at this point, residents need to start looking at prepping to evacuate just in case the fire keeps moving in closer and poses a bigger hazard. And level 2 is also a spot where we look for access, functional needs type people to actually evacuate, because anybody who might take a longer amount of time to get out of an area needs to start their evacuation process sooner. And finally, if we see an immediate threat to residents, we're going to put that area on a level 3 notification. Once we get to a level 2, we start working door to door, and we're handing out flyers with what the scenario is. Most of our flyers nowadays also have a QR code that can link you to a updated map that can show you what your notification level is. And then we'll any chance we have, we're going to come back to do a level 3 if the risk starts getting more serious. So in Washington, we can't mandate people to leave their property. Property owners and residents have the right to stay and defend their property in our state. We definitely recommend it because of the fact that the hazards that the fire poses at that point. But there's no such thing as a sheriff coming and hauling you off your property.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. It got warm out there once again. We also had more of that thunderstorm activity that we've been seeing for probably the last 3 or 4 days now. Beautiful shot looking up at Lake Wenatchee, and you can see some of those clouds, some of those turning into thunderstorms, and we have been seeing that all around North Central Washington today, and that will continue. In fact, we have a flood watch that will continue until about 9 o'clock tonight. The area is shaded in green, Okanogan County and Chelan County, and we're talking more towards the Cascades. So the northern Cascades really vulnerable for some of these thunderstorms. We're talking torrential downpours, also some flooding, and possibly even mudslides. So as I've said many times, just keep your eye on the sky if you are outdoors over the next couple of days. It got warm out there, as I mentioned. We even ticked up to about 88 degrees. 82 is our normal for this time of year. Get used to it. We are going to go way above that over the next week or so. Our record in that scorching year of 2021, 107 degrees just 2 years ago on this date. 66 our low this morning, so a very mild start to our day. 57 is normal, and our record low, 47, and that was set back in 2012. Sunrise this morning, 5:06, and it sets for us tonight at 9:02. All right, let's take a look at what we can expect as we get you into Wednesday. I mentioned a warm-up, and we're going to begin to see that tomorrow. 90s, Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, Columbia Basin as usual will be the warm spot tomorrow. 89 for Wenatchee, and then a lot of upper 80s up Highway 97. Omak, you will get warm around 90. Beautiful day to head up to Leavenworth tomorrow with a high temperature of 87. Tonight, once again, we will see mostly clear skies. Most of the thunderstorm activity we see will diminish after dark or so. It's going to be warm lows again tonight with lows in those mid-60s. Some thunderstorm activity mainly around the Spokane area tonight. And then Wednesday, that's about it. Mostly sunny skies and warmer. Still some just isolated thunderstorms in the Cascades and to our north. We're just going to see some warm temperatures tomorrow with highs right around that 90-degree mark. Talk about warm. We are really warming up as we get into Thursday. There's our area of high pressure, and that circulation around that high is bringing all that warm air right into Washington State. We're talking low to mid 90s for high temperatures on Thursday, and then it's really going to warm up as we get you into Friday. Unseasonably hot with sunshine, highs in the mid 90s. Some folks in the Columbia Basin, mid to upper 90s as we end the week on Friday. And then Saturday, just a slight cool down. We're going to still stay way above normal in the lower 90s, and we're going to stay with that sunshine too, and not much change, folks, as we get you into Sunday. Sunny, still hot, high pressure not going anywhere. We're looking at low to mid 90s, and then for Monday, I think even warmer than that, and it's going to be warm all up and down the West Coast. We're talking mid 90s and upper 90s, more of the same as we start our next work week. Sunny skies, and it looks like 4th of July and beyond, we could see temperatures in the mid to upper 90s for all of us in North Central Washington. Tonight, 7-day forecast, 65 overnight, 89 tomorrow. So we are going to warm up beginning tomorrow, and then just sunny and hot right into the upcoming weekend. 94 for Friday. We're going to stay that way at the end of the weekend and into the first part of next week. 93 for Sunday, sunny and still hot for Monday with a high temperature then of 94 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat, poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Manny Beniers is the NHL's Rookie of the Year. The 2021 first-round draft pick of the Seattle Kraken collected the Calder Memorial Trophy at the NHL award ceremony last night in Nashville. Beniers scored 24 goals and added 33 assists in 80 regular season games to lead rookies in total points and goals, making him the youngest NHL player to record at least 50 points in the 2022-23 season.
Yeah, I just want to start off by saying, Stuart, Owen, you guys had awesome years. It was so fun playing against you and playing with you, Owen. I want to start off by, thanking the people that have gotten me to this point. Obviously my awesome family that has been here every step of the way, since I was a little kid and up until this year. So obviously the Seattle Kraken organization, support staff, coaches, you guys gave me that opportunity, and you guys, supported me all throughout this year, so thank you for that. The boys, my teammates, I love you guys, and you guys were so great. You taught me so much this year, and, you were a big part and, a huge reason to why I'm up here today, so thank you to them. And then finally, Seattle, you guys were great all year, and you guys made playing at Climate Pledge Arena was so fun. So thank you to them, and I love you, love all you fans. Thank you.
Beniers was a key cog in Seattle reaching the playoffs in just its second year of NHL play. Well, the Seattle Mariners fell behind early but didn't blink in an 8-4 win over Washington last night at T-Mobile Park. Nationals and Mariners traded home runs early, and then Seattle came up with several two-out RBI hits to take control and give Luis Castillo his 5th win of the season.
On the National League ledger, and that ball is hooking. Left field corner. See you later. Hello, Seattle.
Oh, this is lofted to right field and gone. Leadoff home run, J.P. Crawford.
Cambio wasn't curve or something like that. Oh, he gets out in front of that one. And see you later. Dominic Smith hits one a mile foul. Hits the fair one, probably not as far. And Dom finally gets his 3rd home run of the year. How about one up the middle? That's going to elude Crawford, speeding around 3rd. C.J. Abrams, and the Nats add to their lead. They have scored in every inning. 3-1 Washington.
Suarez leads things off in the bottom of the 4th. And Suarez leans into this by the foul pole. Gone, fair ball, home run. A Gino bomb leads off the bottom of the 4th.
He's so much better when he stays in the zone.
Ground ball into center field. Kelnick pedaling home. He's on his way to the dish and scores standing. Julio with 2 outs. Ties this game in the bottom of the 4th. He's 3 for 3. High lift to the warning track, into the corner, and the catch is made by Thomas. It's plenty good, though, to give the Mariners the lead. It's a deep sacrifice fly. Ford into center field. Kelnick motors home. Mike Ford tacks on to this Mariners lead, 5-3. Colton Wong, a high bolt out to center field. Scores standing. Colton Wong nearly wrote it out. Instead, it's a ribby double. Real trailblazer. Into right field and dropping in for a base hit. Crawford comes around to score. France, an RBI base hit to right field. High lift. Out to center. Plenty deep for Julio. He can waltz home. Sac fly to Teoscar Hernandez. 8-3 Mariners. The 1-2. Strike three called. If you say so. And the Mariners win it.
Manager Scott Service was pleased about the situational hitting by the Mariners, who came up with 3 two-out RBIs.
You know, the two-out RBI, it's gut-wrenching when it happens against you, and there's no better thing, no better uplifting feeling in the dugout when you're coming up with those two-out RBIs. So great to see. We've had some games like that where you're just talking about just keeping the line moving, but good situational bats. Even the nice RBI single by Julio. He's had that opportunity a lot of times this year, and it's been, maybe trying to do too much. And that at bat, he just stayed inside the ball, trying to hit the ball up the middle, and good things happen. So I'm excited about our situational hitting tonight, which has been a struggle for us all year. And guys know it, and they know in those spots, they got to relax, get a pitch you can do it with, and then execute, and we did that tonight.
Seattle and Washington go at it again tonight at 6:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Seattle climbed to within 8.5 games of Texas in the American League West after the Rangers fell to Detroit 7-2. The Tigers' Andy Ibanez hit a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning to put Detroit out for good. Shohei Ohtani hit a moonshot home run, and Mike Trout scored the winning run in the bottom of the 9th on a wild pitch to give the Angels a 2-1 walk-off win over the White Sox. LA and Houston both sit 5 games behind Texas in the American League West standings. Well, the Apple Sox get back into league play tonight at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Wenatchee hosts the Port Angeles Lefties at 6:35 tonight, with the game to be broadcast here on the NCWLIFE channel. Dan was able to grab Joel Norman for a preview of tonight's game yesterday at the ballpark as the first half of the West Coast season winds down.
Once again, the Wenatchee Apple Sox continue their homestand tonight with a league game. Nice weekend. They took care of the Northwest Star Academy on Friday and Saturday, and now it's back to business. Joel, we've won 5 in a row. That's good. Yep. The team that we're chasing, Bellingham, has also won 5 in a row. What's it going to take to get a hold of these Bells?
Boy, you got to hope for them to lose a couple of games and the Apple Sox to really take care of business down the stretch here. 9 games to go in the second half, and fortunately for Wenatchee, all those are against teams with losing records, but 6 of those are on the road, so there will be some challenges down the stretch.
Coach Darlington talked about this. Last year we made the playoffs by winning the second half of the division. They split it in halves. He really wants to win the first half division so he can take the foot off the gas a little bit, know that they punched a ticket to the playoffs.
Oh, no doubt about that. It makes your job a lot easier as a head coach. You don't have to worry about your starters a couple of nights along the way. Obviously, you want to win both halves, but to win the first half makes the second half a little bit more manageable. But as mentioned, this will be a tough Port Angeles team coming into town. Roberto Nunez leads the team. He's on a 19-game hitting streak entering action here tonight, Dan. So he's going to be really tough to try and get out of the course of this game.
Lefties have a losing record doesn't mean they're not a very good team. They are a very good team. Every team in this league can take you any night that they decide to bring their A game.
Oh, no doubt about that. They just got swept by Kelowna, but before that, they'd won 5 of 6. So every team hits its rough patches, and frankly, before this past weekend, Port Angeles was playing really well. We expect them to reset and be a good team here tonight.
Bring your thirst to the ballpark, too, because it is Tuesday, and you know what that means.
$2 off Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tickets are $2 off, discounts on adult beverages, other concession items on our third base side, and boy, really good way to start the series and open up a really good week of baseball coming up.
As you know by now, we'll be televising tonight's game. We'll take to the air at 6:30, first pitch at 6:35. We'd love it if you watched it on television, but who's kidding who? You want to be at the ballpark. Thanks, Joel.
Thank you, Dan.
It's the Lefties and Apple Sox tonight at 6:35. Garrett Gores gets the start for Wenatchee. I'll be joined by Brandon Schmitten with the call here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, there were 2 games in West Coast League play last night. Tyler Quinn belted a 2-run home run in an 8-run first inning for Corvallis. The Knights hung on to beat Kamloops 13-11. Quinn finished the night with 5 RBI. Victoria blew open a 1-run game with a 6-run 8th inning, to beat Kelowna by a score of 11-4. Tyler Davis was 3 for 4 with 3 runs for the Harbor Cats, while Dallas Macias drove in 3 runs. Bellingham's lead in the WCL North is at 15-3. That's a game in front of 14-4 Wenatchee. Victoria lurks in third with a 15-7 record, 2 games out. Kelowna 5.5 back as the first half of the season winds down. Richfield has a 2-game lead in the West Coast League South Division as the Raptors have ripped off 10 straight wins. Corvallis is 2 games back at 11-7, while the Pickles sit 2.5 games back of first place. That's a look at sports news. Don't forget baseball coming up a little bit later on. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at NCWLIFE.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.